Panthers captain with Braden Point. The building is bouncing, and here they go again. The Battle of Florida is underway. Playing for Florida for the first time since February 8th against Ottawa. Lower body injury. He has returned. Anthony Cirelli, tough angle shot. Hagel went down hard behind the net. And here's Sam Bennett. Banked it around Ryan McDonough. Race for the puck. There's the rookie Sam Miskevich. Centers one. Bennett bats it out of the air and in. Sam Bennett has Florida first on the board.
He gets to the puck in front of Chernak.
Wow.
And this is just a flip across the net. You want to get it at the net. Maybe something bounces off the goalie, but it comes out close to Bennett. And Bennett bunts it into the net past Vasilevsky, who's crossing the net.
The brother of the Boston Bruins, Morgan Geekie. Schmidt snapped it in. Took a strange bounce right out in front. Of course, the forwards like it. They get more ice time. Here's Point. Cuts to the high slot. Point! And a blocker save made by Bobrovsky. Banked ahead by Sturm, who came over from San Jose at the deadline. With some speed the other way, Yanni Gourde, who returned to Tampa Bay from Seattle during the season. Came over with Oliver Bjorkstrand, who's injured and not playing tonight. Perbix a drive, turned aside. Paul went swooping into the forecheck, didn't get to Schmidt. Brad Marchand to Lundell, and now back for Marchand, and that's off the glove of Vasilevsky to the far glass. Played ahead but not out by Sam Miskevich. Penalty coming up here against Florida. Hedman lets one fly, and a beautiful skate save made by Bobrovsky. Vasilevsky's out, extra attacker on for the Lightning. Moser pressured up high, passed it off. Point for Hedman, another blast turned aside by Bobrovsky. Kucherov tried to sweep it in front. Losterinen got in the way. Right out in front and all alone, and a great stop by Bobrovsky on Hagel.
Losterinen initially is going to charge right to Kucherov. Take as much space away from him as you can. But Kucherov will retrieve the puck and find Guentzel all alone. Bobrovsky, look at the patience. Out, up on his feet as long as he can, and then the blocker stops.
Trying to tie the game. Kucherov creeps in. Guentzel for Kucherov. Guentzel a one-timer, and that's smothered. Kucherov lets it fly. Guentzel scores! Jake Guentzel, a power play goal and a 1-1 tie.
For the interference penalty on Kucherov, Point cleans out Nico Sturm on the draw, and Kucherov wastes no time one-timing this at Bobrovsky. When it hits and goes through, look at the quick hands of Guentzel. He takes it off the side of the net from below the goal line, puck out front before Bobrovsky can fling the left pad back.
For Tampa Bay from Kucherov and Hedman. Here's Chernak. That caroms off the back glass. 55 seconds to go. Offensive zone face-off for the Panthers. Barkov played it back to Mikkola. He sends it around. It winds up back at the line with Kulikov. They score! Tipped in, it appeared on the way, and Florida retakes the lead on a tip-in goal, a deflection by Sam Reinhart.
All the time, the Kulikov shot eludes Hedman, and then, or rather eludes Cirelli, and then Reinhart is in front of Hedman. Out of the corner, he beats Hedman off the boards, and this shot is right in his wheelhouse. It's a perfect tip. We've already seen it from Tkachuk and Hagel, and there'll be no end to it. But I think Florida's got a real edge if they can hold the puck in the offensive zone and really grind away at it.
And it's played away by Lilleberg. Played back by Connor Geekie. He's the player who came up from their AHL affiliate in Syracuse when Bjorkstrand went down. Marchand turns and fires. Puck's flying a goal! Batted in by Nate Schmidt, the defenseman, who went flying toward that loose puck. and it's 3-1 Florida.
Look at this forecheck. Lilleberg thinks he's got time, but Luostareinen's in and makes the contact. Nate Schmidt comes in from the blue line. After Luostarinen makes the contact, he gets to the front of the net. Lilleberg's trying to battle with him, and when Vasilevsky can't smother the puck, Nate Schmidt's got the easiest one he's going to get as he punches it into the empty net.
Schmidt happens for Florida in his first season. For the first Florida power play of the night. And a chance now to break this game up, and right out in front, they score! Matthew Tkachuk in his first game with the Cats since February 8th. Set up by Reinhart. And the challenge really backfires on John Cooper and the Lightning.
Face off to attack and get in the zone. Tampa's going to squeeze over on this side of the ice. Both McDonough and Chernak are in a line basically along the dots, and Matthew Tkachuk's wide open in front. He's got all kinds of time. 2 dekes to open up Vasilevsky's legs. And the 2 goals.
They were 14th in the NHL at 23.5%. Again, you have to be careful. They gave up 10 shorthanded goals, and Tampa Bay scored 11 shorthanded goals. Barkov worked it to the net front. Tkachuk through a crowd. They score!
This is such a heady play by Tkachuk. When the loose puck came to him, he looked up and saw Vasilevsky had no idea where the puck was. Vasilevsky's up on his feet, rattled halfway through the game, giving up 5 goals. Watch when this puck pops out. Tkachuk looks up. There's that quick look. He sees the chaos in front, and he knows that Vasilevsky can't find it. That little head check is the key.
In off one of the defenders.
I think it's been proven year over year, you're not going to win unless you can grind your way to a certain extent. And Tampa had to do it. They went and got Blake Coleman and Barclay Goodrow, and
McDonough down low, they score! Braden Point makes it 5-2 Florida.
Wins a couple of puck battles. Chernak keeps the play alive. And Kucherov makes this nice little play to Guentzel. And Ryan McDonough will find Point. Point's just a tremendous player, and he doesn't miss here. He gets it up over the right shoulder of Sergei Bobrovsky to bring a little bit of hope. But he's smart. He knows how to use his body to get into position. He reads the play. We saw it on his second goal where he was ahead of Vasilevsky, and all of a sudden it's in the net.
Here comes Nick Paul, trying to cut in, puts a backhand on, and it wound up in the far corner for Schmidt. The Senators lost in overtime in Toronto. There's Brady Tkachuk playing in the playoffs for the first time this year in his career. And quite a year for the Tkachuk brothers, highlighted by the 4 nations. They score! Schmidt happens again. A power play goal. The power play still perfect on each side. The Panthers are 3 for 3, a man up.
Is perfectly placed as Tkachuk will go back to the point, and Schmidt through this double screen. You saw the screen on the move right here by Barkov, and as he goes by, Vasilevsky's eyes lose the puck.
The Tampa Bay Lightning over that stretch. Chernak! He hit the goal post. They thought it went in. The red light came on. The officials say no.
Point shot deflected by Nick Paul, and goal post and out.
Good call by Eric Furlat. The 7th best of all time. Behind Mario Lemieux, Mike Bossy, Maurice Richard. Here they come. Guentzel again, another chance. There's a penalty here.
And Guentzel's flip pass in to Hagel, and Reinhart gets the stick into.
Final seconds ticking off. The officials are already separating some of the combatants who are woofing at each other. They've played each other more in the last 5 years, regular season and playoffs, than any matchup in the NHL.